I should check my connection. But let's see what's up. I'm wondering if I should send it to homie. Let me see. I don't even know how to do that shit. Hopefully he just pop in. Let us see what the motherfucking deal is. What's the deal, Ryder? What's up, Lord Mike? Shit. I'll be so disorganized with this shit. I need to get better at it. But shit, hopefully homeboy jump in and join the motherfucking live real quick. Niggas been talking about doing this shit for a cool ass minute. My fucking phone at. God damn, I done lost my other phone. Let me see. Go ahead and shoot that shit to the nigga. So we can go ahead and get cracking. What's happening with everybody though? Damn, where the fuck that phone at? I'm gonna have to call that motherfucker. That shit crazy as fuck. Oh, there it go. What's going on, Big LA? What's up, Smeezes? All right, let me see. My nigga, the wealthy 12 Cal. What's the deal? Trying to be like you when I grow up. Gotta get the millions, billions, zillions, trillions, and gagillions, and all that good old shit. Go ahead. Get the homie up in this motherfucker since niggas been talking about doing that shit. My nigga Benjamin Xavier. Well, yeah, man. What's happening with y'all? I'm surprised this motherfuckers ain't here at all. Shit. What he said? Washing dishes? Oh my goodness. You wash your own dishes, 12 Cal? I don't believe you, dog. What he said? 12 Cal dropped Germ episode before he dropped mine's his beef. Nigga, use a professional beefing ass nigga, Smeezy. Yeah. Let me see. Try to get him added. Instagram be on that fuck shit. If it fuck up. Okay, there we go.
Motherfucker, son, beaming.
What's the
What's happening,
deal?
family?
Man,
Can't
we
hear
all
right now.
over
You
here.
can hear me?
Yeah, you can hear me?
Y'all can hear you now.
Yeah, I was shocked. Like, man, niggas been trying to line this shit up for the longest.
Man, we got it going.
Yeah, man, what you on today, though, sir?
Shit, nothing major, man. Just finishing my rounds real quick. I ain't, my bad. I had just came out of the client house. My mind was just catching up. I be
Man,
seeing, I be seeing you on that dropping the game.
man, I be trying to, dog. Shit, I be seeing you be doing the same thing. I was watching your page, like, okay, nigga, yeah, he be doing this shit.
Trying, man. Sometimes it's hard to figure out how you gotta it's working on delivery to make sure that it's receptive to the people we giving it to. Because sometimes we gotta dumb it down. Sometimes we know your understanding already up there. You can talk to people that understand you, but everybody else it might just be hitting the wrong. It might be hitting them wrong.
Yeah. Shit, sometimes like that little post that I had posted.
Yeah,
Sometimes you gotta drop them vibrations just to catch a motherfucker attention one time.
yeah,
Yeah, I was like, shit, I go into detail on the show, but 9 times out of 10, when I drop the clip, it be like, nigga, let me just see what motherfuckers gonna grip on to.
yeah. I said, see, I ain't watched the whole clip, so all I just seen was just that. I said, man, hold on, this don't make sense. I said he wouldn't have said nothing like this. I said it must be a reason why he's saying something like this. This he finna turn them up too much. They finna be turned up too high.
Yeah, man, motherfucker gotta like basically, hit a motherfucker with some controversy and be like, man, tune in for the context.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You ever
cause shit,
try to go live? You ever try to go live on TikTok yet?
man, I'm too profane for TikTok. I'll be having to like,
Oh, you saw that? So they limit more of the speaking. They cut it off quicker.
yeah, if you cuss too much, they they'll mute the video. So with
Okay,
me, it'd
okay.
have to be a situation where I would have to like write down what I'm finna say. Cause I know how I get when I get in my mode, I just start cussing.
You tried Twitch?
Um, it's more complicated than I expected. I think I'm gonna try to do Twitch again, but I suck at video games. So 9 times out of 10, it's like they're gonna be watching me lose while I talk my shit.
Well, no, no, no. I said you don't gotta play video games on Twitch. You can talk just the same way you talking right here on Twitch. But like that Kaya Sente dude, you don't gotta play video games. I just asked because I started up doing it on Facebook, and I realized like Facebook wasn't the audience for necessarily giving knowledge or like talking about anything of substance. So then I tried Instagram. Instagram, cool, you can get a little bit, you know. Most people, if you look at their lives, you hop on their lives, they probably only got like maybe like an average person that's not super famous. They probably got maybe up to like on average up to around 20, maybe at a high of 50 people that's watching their lives. It don't really be going that far unless it's somebody famous. And then some of them be pulling finesse tricks like they pay to boost their numbers of their live audience so it look bigger than what it is.
Yeah,
I know that few celebrities, so I know the finesses that some of them do that regular people don't know they do behind the scenes. But
yeah.
I was just trying to figure out what's the best. I've been setting my podcast area at my house, so I just been experimenting trying to figure out what's the best platform to necessarily actually do live and actually find the audience that's gonna build off the lives.
YouTube.
YouTube.
'Cause 9 times out of 10, like I used to do my YouTube for my podcast pre-recorded. Like I would just set up my little video camera, do the show. It'd be live on YouTube live on Instagram as I record it. But I would upload the finished product to YouTube. That motherfucker probably do like I ain't gonna front maybe 10, 20 views at the best. Now that I go live on YouTube, shit, sometimes like once I finish it, it'll be like 1 or 200. And the more
Yeah,
I do them, the better the numbers get. So I'm like, shit, YouTube. But again, it's kind of like TikTok where you got to watch your language because they for sure gonna strike you out if you use too much profanity, especially early in the video.
yeah. Okay, okay. So what's the topics, man? We need some topics to get these people. What we gonna tap into? What's been on your mind, man? What you been seeing? What you been thinking about? What's something that ran across your brain today that you seen that you been wanting to dive into?
Man, on some real shit, it was the same thing as like the episode that I was talking about, which is like podcast culture. Like a lot of motherfuckers been associating podcasters with the worst of the worst, whether it's a bitter ass female or the fake alpha male woman hater club. And I don't think a lot of us is that. I see a lot of it going on, but that's not all of us. I don't believe in the gender war.
Yeah,
Like how I
yeah.
say, men is the prize or women. I don't think neither one is the prize. I think both is the prize.
No, I get that, right? That's 100% right. And I've said that because I've been in some of them groups, right? I've been in some of them Kevin Samuels groups and some of them alpha male groups and just checked them out and stuff. And after I was in them for a little while, I even had to check some of the dudes, be like, man, y'all starting to sound like y'all gay. Because it's like the goal ain't fuck the women. It's just like, it's trying to figure out how you could better deal with them and how you could better get them to get in line with your program. So it's like, and then when you look at a lot of women ones, a lot of them is not trying to figure out how they can make it work. They just attacking the men. Same thing with the men just attacking the women. So it's like at some point in time, it do have to be some understanding on both sides to where, and that's why like that one light skinned girl be going live on there with y'all sometimes. I talked to her on my live one time, and I explained to her because she was like, um, she was asking about the modern day woman and the traditional man, and she was like, why do a lot of what she was like, why are all these men so angry? Why they feel like they always gotta say something about it? And I tell her, it's not that men hate women, it's that the way y'all operate, we're not able to build with y'all, so men are upset about that because we would love to build with y'all, but y'all not operating in a way where we can put you on the team. So it's not
Yeah,
even coming from a place of hate, it's coming from a place of love, but just because somebody love you don't mean they're gonna excuse all your actions.
yeah. And see, like that's like a whole lot of what I wanted to clear up, like in general. Like a lot of motherfuckers literally, because like you said, it to me it sound gay. When I
Yeah,
be hearing dudes like they'll have a video like Kevin Samuels cussing a woman out, and you'll see dudes in the comments like cheering, like, we need Kev back. You need to really let these women know. And it's like, nigga, it's the difference between checking a woman and just flat out hating women. Like,
I think I understood why Kevin did it though, right? I think I understood that he did it like that on purpose because it was what was getting the numbers. I think he tried it every way he could to see what was gonna go, and once he figured out, okay, the shock value of me telling these people exactly how I feel with no filter, raw and uncut, was gonna get his numbers to go viral.
that,
Versus if he was just calm, casual, it probably wasn't gonna be as interesting. Because you gotta think, the first clips of him going viral was him saying something crazy.
yeah,
Him telling the girl she looked like a football player, or him telling the lady like, "You too old, it's over, you need to hang it up." That's what made him go viral. He was dropping gems. He was saying knowledgeable key points, but that wasn't what he wanted valuable for. You gotta think, me and you could get on here all day and we could tell people right from wrong. We could teach them how to get their credit up. We could teach men how to be better men, women how to be better women, but it's probably gonna be slow retention if it's nothing to make somebody either upset, triggered, or give somebody some type of reason to talk about it. If we just two wisdom dudes on everybody, they cool, they just be talking. But if you get their ass something to watch, motherfucker be sitting over there waiting to say what you gonna say to them.
exactly. And like, and that literally, that was the whole intent behind that clip. Cause I'm like, I'm oversimplifying it to the point where maybe if somebody with a 12-year-old's mentality could only understand this shit. Cause I made it overly simple. So it's like if you got any level of intelligence, you either gonna disagree, partially agree, or it's gonna frustrate you to the point where you gonna comment on the motherfucker.
Yeah, I was like, man, fuck that. I said, he finna send all these hoes out telling them this shit. I said, I can't stand for this. I had to comment. I said,
Yeah.
nah, fuck that. I
And
said, he about
that's
to have these hoes.
literally the point. Like, let me just start a conversation. And that go Lexus Bree right there. But nigga, it's like sometimes you just got to get the conversation started because 99% of the time, anything that I say, I prefer a disagreement just so I could give you the context of what I said. Like I don't mind,
Right,
even if something that I say, because 99% of what I say, I completely mean it. But other shit, sometimes I just throw it out there just to get a conversation going. But the context is gonna be either in the comments or 5 minutes after what I say. Sometimes I just throw something inflammatory out there to get you to check the episode out. Cause
right.
we all know as far as men and women, like nigga, it's way more than pussy. Literally what I honestly meant when I kept it simple was as a woman, y'all still have the power. A lot of women don't even understand the power that they have because they was convinced that giving their power away was the empowerment. Because the power in pussy is the ability to say no. But a lot of them think that they empowering themselves by giving the pussy away.
But they psychologically don't know it because they've been empowered to feel like it's liberation to go be to do what a man do, but not knowing that they value is determined different than a man. So while they feel liberated, all they did was just destroyed all of their worth to society.
Exactly. What's going on, says what she wants. Damn, we got all the hitters up in here. Lexus Bree up in here, mindful energy. What's happening? But yeah, it's like literally my biggest thing, and I tell women all the time, like your power in any negotiation is the ability to say no. What's going on, Heaven's World? Like anything that I want to get from you, your ability to say no is the ultimate power. Like if
Let me
if
say
I
this.
have something, go ahead.
Go ahead. I apologize. My bad. Keep going. My bad.
Yeah, like anything that I have that I know you want, my ability to price that where I want to price it is powerful. But if I just give it straight to you, like if I got a Rolls Royce and I know you want this Rolls Royce, if I want your money, my ability to run it up on your motherfucking ass is the fact that I have it and you want it. But if I just hand it to you, it has no power. Anything that you have no matter how great it is. If you give it away commonly, it loses all its value. Rolls Royce is a dope because everybody can't get one. But if everybody has a Rolls Royce, nobody will want one.
Right.
That's the same
I
thing
mean,
with pussy.
it's hard though, cause nowadays, right? I think it's hard because it's common, right? So what people still see as common is regular, right? So if they see every other woman doing it, and then they see the most famous women that they look up to doing it at a high level, and then we come tell them, like, say, me and you not Jay Z, right? We not Jay Z. We not the person that they watch on the television. So when we come tell them the opposite of what the television has told them or the radio told them, in their mind, it's like they don't really intend to do wrong. Like they're not doing it from a malice point. So when we come scolding them or trying to tell them they did something wrong, I think it backfires because in their mind, right? When a person don't feel guilty of something, they're gonna defend themselves, right? If a person felt like what they was doing wrong, they wouldn't. They would just look like, damn. You know, if you catch a nigga doing a crime and you know he did it, he just gonna be like, damn. If you accuse a nigga of something he didn't think he did, he gonna be defensive. So if the woman that's sort of been decentralized, right? A lot of them have been molested as kids, and then they grow up, they never had no father in their house, and their mother was a whore, and they seen different men in the house. So they've never really been educated on how they were supposed to be. It's never been mass marketed to them to be a good wife or a good woman or have morals or values no more. They don't go to church. They don't have no religions. So it's like then just finally this one nigga come around talking about some damn bitch you let everybody hit. You wasn't supposed to do that. She in her head thinking like, cause I done had female tell me before. She say, ain't nobody ever asked me before what my body count was. And ain't nobody ever said nothing about it before. And I said, cause them niggas just was trying to fuck. I'm trying to see if I can cuff or not. I said, I want to know if I could build a future with you based on what your past actions was. And she was sort of shocked, but I had to understand. Every nigga that came to her maybe didn't care enough to even give her no knowledge. So by the time I came to give her some knowledge may sound crazy.
Yeah. Because the thing is, and like this nigga Sinful the P, rest in peace. He was a pimp. He be on
Yeah, I know.
YouTube.
Yeah, I know.
Sinful
Yeah,
the P said, if you've been doing wrong right long enough and getting results, you'll think that wrong is right. Like basically meaning you've been fucking up your whole life, and because you've been getting what you think is good results out of you fucking up, you
yeah,
think that fucking up is the right thing to do. So
yeah.
when somebody come and show you the right way, you think that they got it wrong because it's different than what you've been getting results through.
Right. I
You
mean,
know,
just think though. Think about it. If I grew up in the hood and everybody around me smoking and drinking and go out the band, and somebody who's not from my environment comes around and is like, "Why are y'all doing that? You killing yourself. Like, don't do that." Woo woo. It's not going to be quick for you to really be receptive to what they tell you, even if it's a benefit.
yeah,
So yeah, when you do stuff so long, it become right because it get social validation, social acceptance. You gotta think. These women is not fucking with niggas that have them same standards. So the niggas that's running their miles up, they cool with them women performing like that. Like if I'm a man, I'm just trying to fuck a chick, I'm cool with her being a hoe because that's what I need her for right now.
yeah,
So I'm not gonna try to tell her nothing different. So if she's in an environment where that's normal, she going to the club, she going around, she hang out with other hoes. Nothing in her environment, her world, is making her think like maybe that's a bad choice.
yeah. And see, like and like I said, like it's up to the niggas who will literally just be the sacrificial lamb to put that out there. Because like with me, like I say that shit on my show all the time. Like this shit ain't for everybody. Like if you come to get elevated, this is your show. But if you want some bullshit, if you want me to like tell you what you want to hear and kiss your ass, go somewhere else. Cause I don't pander. I don't pander to neither gender. I don't pander to the niggas and I don't pander to the females. They know. Everybody in here who listen to my show, I say bitch a lot. I call women bitches. I call niggas bitches. I call niggas bitches more than I call women bitches, but it's always very intentional. Everybody know what I'm talking about. because it's bitches out here, male and female, and a lot of behaviors that these women be out here performing, it be bitch shit. Same as with niggas.
I do feel like words using proper. I feel like words used in proper context with proper definition cannot really be taken as disrespect because if it's disrespectful, why did you live into the definition? You
Exactly.
know,
And
if,
that's
if,
what it
if I'm
is. You know,
yeah, if I'm
go ahead.
go ahead, go ahead.
No, do your thing.
Just saying, like, just think about it. A person to get mad because you call them a bitch, a hoe, or call them fat, or da. But they live like that. Like, if you were to go break down and not say the word and you just break down the meaning to them, record them on camera, show them what they doing, and say, what do you think you was doing right there? And they see what you see. Don't get mad about what I said, but I am trying to work on not using them words, like not using bitch and nigga and all that, because I know that sometimes my homie was telling me about that. He said, you may have a great message, but the words that you delivering is shutting certain people's ears off from being able to receive what you're saying by how you're saying it. So I am trying to work on a better language that can get me farther because I do realize I have to think sometimes like, damn, what if this person were to tune in and watch me speak and now they think based off 5 seconds of what they heard, they think I'm unintelligent just because the words I chose to use when I am intelligent, but I didn't step my vocabulary up. So I am trying. But
Yeah,
everybody ain't got to change how they say it. Sometimes saying how you say it is the best way you can say it because you ain't sitting there thinking all day.
exactly. Because that's literally what it is with me. Because like I've talked about this. With me, the reason that I use the language that I use is because that's who my audience is.
Right,
Like the people who I feel need the help, that's the language that they speak. Like they don't speak proper English. They don't speak elevation and big words and shit. Like they understand profanity. It's just like gangster rap. Like certain niggas,
right,
NBA young boy is the music that they gonna relate to. If NBA
right,
young boy say it, they gonna hear it. But if J. Cole say it, it's gonna go right over their head and they not gonna trip. So with
right.
me,
So
it's like
you your people.
sometimes, huh?
So you speaking the language of your people so that you could bring them from where they at to where you want
Yeah,
them to be.
exactly. Sometimes I gotta speak something highly profound in a very simple way. I
Oh, that
gotta
makes
hit you real low so I could get you real high. Like to
sense.
me, the best teachers could teach astrophysics to babies. So that's pretty much what my platform is. Like I try to get it to where even though I speak in a language that seems like this nigga got a third grade education, I'm gonna hit you in your chest with some shit. You're gonna be like, well, damn, that shit was deep as a motherfucker though.
Well, you gotta think. I mean, that's the difference between like, okay, one can be knowledgeable and know all the right words in the world, but not be intelligent. One can be intelligent and maybe your knowledge of words might not be that great, but you are more intelligent and in depth with thinking than the average person. So if a person really want to get the message, they're gonna sit there and take the time to listen to what you're saying and get the attention. If they
Yeah,
if they if they hung up on the words, they probably wasn't trying to listen anyway.
exactly. Because a
But
lot of times it be arguments that I'll have in the comments of some of these posts that I post. Because just like how you got in and we had our exchange, some people was there to exchange ideas. Other people was there because no matter what I said, they was gonna disagree anyway. It's like,
yeah,
nigga, you literally just showed up to get your troll on. Like there's people who only come into my comment section to disagree. So even
yeah,
if I was to give them the context of what I meant, they just wanted to disagree.
right. And I normally don't even go comment on nothing unless I see it's like I really don't comment on nothing really. Maybe something on say cheese or world star every now and then. But when I seen it, I only commented because I knew it didn't fit the character of the person posting. So I was trying to understand what the intent was. I was trying to gain understanding. I
Yeah,
was like, maybe he got a point with this. So let me challenge it and see what he's talking about so I can understand what he's trying to say.
yeah. And
Cause I know, yeah,
that's a lot of what it be with me. Like cause I know certain people when they catch it, it's gonna be the right type of reaction.
right,
Like with you, it's like if I respect your opinion, we can have a back and forth. Just like the whole reason we doing this live. Like, I respect your mom. So it's like
You know, it ain't nothing to sit here and go back and forth. Even if we was to have a debate or a disagreement, I feel like it would all be in the name of understanding as opposed to arguing with a motherfucker because it's like, I just don't like the way you said that.
Yeah.
You know, because that's what it be. A lot of people, they literally just jump in your comments just for the sake of hating because they think that's what's going to get attention.
Well, it's like this, right? Some people got one track mind, right? So for me, it's like this. I never feel like I'm 100% cockily, arrogantly always right, right? I may feel like I have a great knowledge about something that I done, maybe invested my time into learning about it. But if I find somebody who has an adverse opinion or feels the type of way different, I ask them why. Not because I want to change their thought, because maybe they see something I don't see, or maybe they haven't took their time to study what I'm studying. So now I have time to try to maybe teach them or explain something, or vice versa, them teaching me. So I like to talk to people that don't always agree with everything I'm saying or think the same, because if I talk to a whole bunch of yes people, I'm gonna stay dumb. And I noticed that a long time ago. That's why I got off Facebook. Like Facebook, you have cultivated people who stay on one side. They're not trying to learn. They're not trying to conversate. If you think different than them, they hate you. They don't even. And then I know, like sometimes people will troll, like you saying on my post, right? They'll troll. Oh, you should delete this post, or you should take that down. And I ask them, I say, if you don't agree with something, can you please explain why? Can you just explain why? Beyond your feelings, can you tell me what it is that I said that was untrue? What did you not like? They won't reply. I inbox them in their DM. I say, did I post something? Did I say something wrong or out of context? Can you correct me? And it's probably only been one out of maybe 30 that have replied.
Yeah, because that's literally like something I say all the time. If I'm wrong, make me right. Like I don't mind being wrong. I say a lot of shit. I got 184 episodes. I had to be wrong at some point. That's
Yeah,
damn near 200 hours worth of content. Like, nigga, at some point, I know I said some bullshit. So if you disagree, nigga, disagree because it's something that you know that I don't know, or it's a opinion that you might disagree with. But you can't just tell me that's wrong, that's stupid. You don't know what you talking about. If I don't know what I'm talking about, explain to me where I'm incorrect, and we can go back and forth about it. But don't just say some stupid shit and run off.
right,
You know, because me personally, like I tell people, like I'm ego free. Like I don't mind. I understand. Like, you can learn shit from a little kid if you listen to them long enough. So I don't think that I'm the all knowing, all understanding, greatest mind of all time. I'm just a motherfucker with some game. So it's like
right.
I'm gonna give y'all what I got to give y'all. If y'all know more than me, by all means, pull up. Cause like I've had people come on the show who it's like, this dude way more knowledgeable than me on this. So I'm just gonna shut the fuck up and let him talk.
Right.
Cause with me, I don't mind. Like I know it's a million things I don't know. I would much rather be the stupidest nigga in the room than the smartest motherfucker in the room.
Right.
You know, like I love for a motherfucker to be able to teach me some shit. Cause if I'm the nigga with the most money in the room, I'm in the wrong room. Same with intelligence.
Son, demon, boy, my bad, boy. This son out here is a killer.
Man, I'm telling you, dog, that's why I'm in the house. I'm like, boy, summertime, I'm chilling. I'm at 10 lines. I'm staying in the crib.
So my new thing, right, is this, right? So I be open minded a lot of time trying to teaching people, right? I be open to teaching people. I understand everybody didn't have the same background or experiences, so I try to teach them sometimes, right? Or try to help people with potential, try to help them. But I ain't gonna lie to you. Like even when it's building relationships with people, friends, or new women I'm talking to, I've been losing my desire to sit there and try to like be patient with bullshit, right? If I meet a
Hmm.
female, like I ain't gonna lie, I've been blocking them quick. Like if I'm talking to you a little bit, I'll be real nice, respectful to you. But if I start seeing they're not really receptive, I sort of gave up on that me trying to take you up and just sort of started meeting people where they at. Like if wherever they at, I just like I'm cool. We ain't on the same level. I'ma just go. But back in the day, I used to feel like I used to drag people. Like I meet a chick and I could clearly see halfway she was halfway there and halfway not. And I think, okay, with a little bit of time and knowledge and experience, maybe I could bring her wherever I need her to go. And I realize a lot of times I just wasted time. So do you invest your time in trying to bring the woman up, or do you just meet them where they at now?
It depends on their level of reception. Like if I feel like a woman is teachable, if I feel like she receptive to information, then I'll sit and like I might not fuck with her, but I try to give her some game to the point where I might be able to fuck with her if she'll receive what I'm trying to put down. But if
Yeah.
she just like a closed-minded dumbass, I'ma walk the fuck off. I ain't got time for that shit.
Yeah. Sometimes I be feeling like, man, like, as a man, we force ourselves to take accountability for shit that ain't even always our fault. We always look at the conversation like, okay, what could I have said different? How I could have went about it different. Like I done went and maybe been on my best 10, but maybe I've been dealing with a woman who not emotionally controlled or stable. And you know what I do, even when she have an outburst or do something out of pocket, I go in my car and go look up a book on communication skills and try to figure out how I can fix it without asking her to change. Like try to figure out what can I do on my end. And I started realizing, I said, no, fuck that. I ain't finna keep doing all this. I said, yeah, I like to improve myself, but I'm not gonna keep subjecting myself to trying to take ownership for somebody else's mistakes all the time. And I feel like, do you ever feel like that happens a lot when you're dealing with these when you're trying to build with some of these women that a lot of times you end up trying to do the work to repair their mistakes?
Well, see, my thing is literally like sometimes I understand early that we not compatible.
Yeah,
Like sometimes it's like we can have a conversation that'll let me know like we this ain't finna work. Like
but
there's
some,
nothing I'm gonna be able to say that's gonna
yeah,
make this ship sail. Like nigga, she's a saltwater fish and I'm fresh water. This just ain't finna work. Like she might be a cool person, she might be cute, she might have a lot going for herself, but if she can't understand my level of communication or vice versa, sometimes I just abort mission because it's a waste of time. Like certain people, no matter how simply you try to break something down, they refuse to understand. Or
and,
they uh
um, God, I blocked the motherfucker for that the other day. I said, listen, I took my time. Look, this is how much I took my time. I wrote it down. I typed it in the chat GPT. I spell checked it. I made sure that I was very clear and thorough. I sent it. The motherfucker was confused. I ain't give up that time. I tried again. I gave it as an example. I gave it as another example. After that, and they responded and still didn't get it. I said, no, they choosing to misunderstand, and I'm finna choose to remove myself. I messaged them. I said, you know what? I appreciate you for your time, and I apologize for coming into your life. I'm gonna have to end this situation because you're not receptive to what I'm saying, and I ain't got time to keep repeating myself. And I got up out of there. I ain't gonna lie. That shit felt so good. I felt like I said, no, I can't do this shit no more. I
yeah.
ain't gonna lie.
Like some people are like passionately misunderstanding. Like they sometimes they know what you're saying. They just don't want to be receptive to what you're saying. And when I encounter that, I'm gone. Like I don't got time to be wasting on motherfuckers. Cause some people literally like it's like you can tell them, hey man, the sky is blue. And if they was raised on the sky being green, no matter how many examples, no matter how many book references, no matter how many Google searches you show they ass, they gonna be convinced that the sky green. And I'm like, all right, man, you go ahead and find you a green sky man, and y'all be happy together. I'm not green sky man, so y'all do y'all shit, but you can't do that shit over here.
I mean, it's just like, I mean, it's the same for women and men. I think we should all apply this and understand this like this, right? When you poor, you try to make some shit work. When you ain't got no resource, you try to make some shit work that you probably should have gave up a long time ago because that's all you can do. But once you start having value about yourself, it's like you have to realize, like, if I got a car, the transmission went out, the engine going out, the Cadillac converter going out, the door on the last hinge, it keep fucking up. At some point in time, like, this is what you have value for, to go get better. It's time for you to put that junk to the side and go get better. instead of keep trying to be like men. We have a complex where we always feel like we gotta fix something. It's the leader in us. Like I always gotta fix it. I gotta repair something. That's why a lot of men don't really leave relationships. Like they say, 80% of divorces are filed by women. A lot of men are unhappy, but in their mind they feel like it's some shit they gotta fix, or it's a problem that they gotta deal with. But we gotta learn sometimes that no, that's a problem I gotta let go. Like that TV don't work no more. Throw that bitch away. Like, no, that toaster don't work no more. Let that shit go. That microwave is beat. And we gotta stop settling. Cause I'll be honest, we'll go outside every day and not be aware of our environment. We'll not notice that we just walk by 3 women that don't operate like the one we got at home. We just walk by 5 women that look better than what we dealing with. We just walk by 5 women that wouldn't have no problem cooking you some food or giving you some head in the morning. But we don't be noticing it because we be closed-minded. We get to thinking like every woman is going to be the same, and they not the same. A lot of times we get discouraged
Exactly,
from
and
the
that's the
problem. Go ahead.
yeah. Like a lot of times, like we got like the old man complex. Like even though this motherfucker smoking, it stink, the transmission slipping, and the engine is knocking. I think I could fix this shit.
Yeah,
I think if I put some better gas and I put a couple more dollars in this motherfucker, if I put a paint job and some rims on this motherfucker, man, this shit'll still be cool. So even
yeah.
though you in a motherfucking hoopty, your relationship then turned into a battleship, you still want to try to push that motherfucker through the seas. Like you got all type of holes in your boat. And you keep trying to patch them motherfuckers up.
And I'll
Me
be honest,
personally, go ahead.
sometimes would it be a nigga be trying to keep a good freak. See, it be a good freak that ain't worthy of your keeping, but the fact that she serves your sexual desires, it'll make a nigga try to fix all her morals.
That
It'll make a nigga try to fix everything else, knowing you should have let it go. And a lot of niggas don't let it go because you don't want another nigga to go over there and hit it. And now if you want to go double back, you upset because somebody else smacking it. And you like, I ain't got fast enough time to go get something that match my morals and my sexual desires. So we end up settling for something that morally doesn't fit, but sexually justifies. And,
Yeah,
and that's why we gotta fast sometimes, like from sex. Like people talk about fasting from food, but I believe in, you gotta fast from porn. Like you gotta fast from porn, fast from sex, fast from jacking off, fast from all that shit for however long it take each individual. Sometimes maybe it's a week, sometimes it's a month. But as we start fasting, we start letting the sexual control us. And that's sometimes as we on a low frequency, why we let low frequency people be in our life.
yeah,
Because the low frequency people be more available for low frequency activities.
yeah. And like that's a big thing because I say this shit all the time. Like I feel like sex is at the lowest 50% of any romantic relationship between a man and a woman. So if a woman's sex game is super fire, niggas will put up with the most bullshit. And vice versa. If a dude is dicking a woman down proper, she'll wait for that nigga to get out of jail. She'll let that nigga crash her car and some more crazy ass shit.
Listen. That's why I've been telling niggas. And I don't even think it's about how the nigga piped it down, to be honest. It's about what it is. They love the bad boy. I mean, maybe it is how he piped it down, but it's a whole series of events of why a lot of them men get that mental takeover of women because you gotta look. They got women when them men get out of jail, they buying them stuff, they giving them money, they buying them clothes. And that's why I tell men, you gotta find the women who like you, who love your stinking drawers. Because when they like you and do all that, they're gonna do everything for you everything that they won't do for you and they do for other niggas, they'll do for you. But the reason we don't get that is because we pick the women that don't like us.
Yeah.
They,
Like
by
in
zip,
it,
go ahead.
it's literally human nature. It's like motherfuckers got Honda Accord money, but they want a Benz. So it's like a lot of times motherfuckers like to be with a person that they felt like they stepped up to get, even if it's a step down. Cause like I was telling my homeboy, like he's in a relationship with a woman, and he's better on paper than the dude who she literally cheating on him with. She
Yeah,
cheating on this nigga with a whole criminal, and like I told him, nigga, just because because you have more money don't mean she didn't settle. Like women will settle for a dude that's good on paper. Like just because what you are is good on paper don't mean that you the one who she loved. Like the heart want what the heart want. So you might
Well,
be the one to pay the bills, but he the one that make her coochie bubble.
but this is where there's always a misconception, right? So you may be high value. You may be on your purpose, right? But that doesn't mean you're somebody's preference. Pretty much what you're saying, right? So when Kevin Samuels was telling people about high value males, right? And sometimes that could be misperceived, right? Because the sound of a high value male sounds like you got a lot of women that want you. It don't. That just mean that you doing the shit that a man should be doing. So he's just giving you credit for being a man on his purpose. But that don't mean that you're necessarily what a female wants. Now, I always say that to women. I'll be like, I'm not insecure. I said, I know I'm on my purpose, but I know I may not be your preference. So you may go choose to fuck with a nigga that's lesser than me because he serves your desires. He serves what you want. He might say yes more than I will. He might do more than I will. He might give more than I will. So everybody picks what benefits their goals in the relationship. So that makes sense what you're saying. A woman could cheat on me. I might be what I think is great to her, but to her, great could be the complete opposite.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, and I said this shit on that episode that you had commented on. High value male and high dollar male are two different things. What Kevin
Yeah.
Samuels was describing was a high dollar male, a man that got a lot of money, a man that a lot of women think look good on paper. But a high value man is a nigga with integrity, a man that makes you laugh, a man you have good chemistry with, a dude who just genuinely makes you happy, a dude whose presence you can tolerate for a long period of time, somebody who pleases you sexually, mentally, and spiritually. That's a high value motherfucker because you value shit like that. Whatever you value, what you deem valuable, that's what a high value man is. A nigga with some money, just a nigga with some money. I know some niggas with money that don't do shit but cheat and beat bitches up. That's not valuable at all. That's just a nigga with a grip of money. I know some scammers that's in and out of prison that stay with a bag. Like that's not
Yeah.
high value at all. That's just a nigga with a grip of money.
I feel like I agree with one of the comments. She's put high morals, character, ethics, integrity. I feel like high value. When I hear high value, we put in my mind, right? Which with it may not be the same for everybody, but it's like a man that's on his purpose, a man that he's going to bring value wherever he comes, whether it's to a child's life, whether it's to a woman's life, whether it's to his friend's life, and he's going to bring value to his own life. He's going to be, on his purpose, on his mission. He's going to be somebody that's dependable, somebody that's reliable, somebody with intelligence, somebody who, in he's got his looks together. He maintains his appearance. He might not be the best looking in the world, but he maintains his appearance. He maintains his finances. He takes care of his children. If he has children, if they have a mother, he takes care of the children, the mother. Uh, he ain't sending himself. He ain't out here sending himself to prison or chasing drugs or alcohol or out here chasing fornication all day. He on his mission. So to me, that's what I look at the high value men. I be around all kind of scammers, drug dealers, and all them, but a lot of them don't have no financial intelligence. Nothing wrong with them. Some of them they getting money however they feel it. But even rappers, I could sit around them and be like, yeah, they got more money in the moment, but I could see their demise coming quickly. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? I could see a man who owns a laundromat and be like, yeah, dude on his purpose. He going somewhere. He might only make 100K a year, and the nigga next to him might make 200K. The nigga next to him might be like, nah, that nigga over there ain't the one. He about to die. He probably got 10 kids out here he don't take care of. He don't have no credit, don't got nothing in his name. Like he not on his purpose. He has no intelligence. He cheated.
exactly. And it's like this. Even if the dude is a corporate dude, you know, just because you have a level of money, one mistake could change that. One fucked up night will change your income overnight. Like you can catch a DUI and you was in a corporate position making $250,000 a year. Now you lost your job. That don't change the value that you have as a person. Like having hustle, that's high value. Like it's a
Yeah,
whole lot of things that are valuable in a male and female because there's
right.
high value females out there. Like a lot of people look at shit as a financial situation. and it's
Yeah.
not. You know, it's a lot of
Well, it depends. Like you said, listen. To a bum nigga, a high value female would be a woman with her house, with a car, with a couple dollars, with a consistent income, with some snacks in the cabinet, and she got some pussy that he can get. That's high value to a low income minded man. To a high income, a man on his purpose that's got himself already financially established, his high value woman gonna be the complete opposite of the low income man mind.
yeah, because literally, like me, income, it don't factor into my choosing of a woman. I don't care what a woman makes. You know, my thing is like, what can you add to what I have? What can you do with what I already got the money, I already got shit. So can you manage this shit if I bring the check home? And I don't want to distribute the money throughout the bills and the mortgage and all that shit. Like, can you not fuck the bag up if I bring it home? You know, am I finna come home to a clean house or a fucked up house? Am I gonna come home and be fed? Am I gonna come home and not feel like sitting in my car because I don't want to deal with your bullshit today? You know, like that's what's valuable to me. Like peace. Peace is valuable to me. If you could be a peaceful presence in my life, if you could turn a bad day into a good day, you valuable to me. I don't give a fuck what you do for a living.
And some women get mad though, because they shaped in their mind what they thought you was gonna see as value, right? So they be like, I got a college degree, I got my own car, I got my own money, and they think like, and they come tell us that we be like, okay, so like, I don't give no fuck about none of that. What's up though? So I've told a women before. I said, I'll be honest with you. I said I got everything I need in life together. I said the only thing I really need you for is uh peace, good company, and shit, to be honest with you, grown folk business. I said, beyond that, it's like I don't need nothing from you. I said, I can figure out how to clean my own house. I can go hire somebody to clean my house. I can figure out how to get some food. I said, but my greatest value is, can you bring me peace? She, what you mean peace? I feel like when I come around you, I said, I'm working all day, I'm grinding. When I come around you, I just want to relax. Can we just watch a movie? Can we just chill? Can I just talk to you and not argue with you? Can I tell you something and you just listen and try to understand what I'm saying rather than be defensive? Can you just realize it'd probably be best to just, I don't want to hear all that yelling when I come in the house. Can we just listen to some soft music and can you just chill? They don't know how valuable that is. That right there get a nigga to be like, you know what? Let me go buy something from the store. Cause that bitch just made my day. Sometimes that's a man's therapy to come in the house. It's some snacks in the cabinet that he like to eat. He can get some head, and he could just sit down and watch TV. That's enough to make that nigga go outside the next day and get $1,000,000.
Yeah,
Cause he gonna be mentally recharged.
exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Like that's what's high value to a man. You know,
Yeah.
like value is like I think Brown Root said that shit in the comments. Like value is determined by the consumer. So you might have a degree, you might have a career and all that shit. But if you as a woman working 16-hour shifts, I can't fuck with you. Like when I
Damn.
get home and you ain't home, then you come home, you more tired than me, and I'm trying to get some sexual healing. You like, nah, babe, I just got off a 16-hour shift. I'm tired. That's not valuable to me. So even though we got this big ass house and we both got Bentleys and all this stupid shit, you're not valuable to me because when I want sexual healing, you're not available. If I want to have a long conversation about how my day went, if I want to know how your day went, you like, babe, I'm tired. I work 16 hours. I just want to go straight to the bed. That's not valuable to me. That's turmoil. I don't want a woman that's just as much man as I am. So congratulations on your degree. I'm proud of you and all your accomplishments and shit, but that's not valuable to me.
You damn sure right, boy. You damn sure right because it's like, man, it'd be like when you try to explain to someone the problem is this, right? A lot of times people get defensive in areas they don't want to change. So a lot of them know that they don't want to do them things. Like they know they might have a behavioral issue. Some women, you gotta think like some of them really in their heart to think of these words like submission, serving, uh, just listening, period. Some of them words to them is very negative. Like in their mind, they've never imagined doing that. It's something they don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't taught to do that. They grew up in a household where their mama was in charge. They didn't have no daddy. If they did have a daddy, he was passive. He probably just sat in the garage and just drunk alcohol all day or smoked weed out of depression. Like, so when you say them things to them, they're not even trained or opted in it. So when you ask for peace, it sounds so simple, but you asking for the hardest thing from them because they're not emotionally at peace. Their emotions is flipping every 5, 6 seconds. Some people is only peaceful in chaos. I had to realize that in certain relationships, I used to be like, man, shit be going so smooth. Like, why this bitch want to argue today? And I had to realize the arguments gave her peace. It gave
Yeah,
her security because it showed her that I cared. And when we wasn't arguing in her mind, she was wondering, does he care still? See, and that be fucked up things. So that's why it's like sometimes you gotta let certain people go because you guys don't match. Because what gives her peace is what takes your peace, and what gives you peace is what takes her peace.
yeah, and
Sometimes her peace comes from you arguing.
yeah, and I forgot who said that shit in the comments because they said that shit a long time ago. But they said like, this is why it's important to meet people's family. Like me, I'm real big on what was your parents' relationship dynamic. Did you have an alpha mama and a beta daddy? Was your daddy not around? Like, did your mama serve your daddy? Like, nigga, was your mama the type to bring food and take care of your daddy? Because a lot of what they saw their mama do is what they gonna do. Like a lot of what they parents' behavior was is how they gonna be. Like my ex, that's literally what her dynamic was. She said, nigga, when my mama and daddy was yelling at each other, nigga, I thought that's what a normal relationship was. So
Yeah,
me being the type of nigga that literally never raises my voice under no circumstance, she just felt like I didn't care because I didn't yell. Like, nigga, we gonna agree to disagree, or we just gonna fucking part ways. That's literally what it is with me. Like, nigga, I'm not finna do the yelling and screaming. Once you start yelling and screaming, I'm gonna get, the louder you get, the quieter I get. Once you start screaming, I'm just gonna shut the fuck up. And either you getting the fuck out or I'm getting the fuck out. But somebody's gonna part ways because I'm not gonna put my hands on you because I wasn't raised like that.
yeah,
So 9 times out of 10, like I said, once I realized that a woman's communication style is physicality, screaming, hooping and hollering, or pettiness, I'm out. Like I ain't got, I got zero tolerance for that shit.
you know, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. It
Yeah.
feels good when you hear one.
And
I ain't got too much to say at the moment because it's like when you hear somebody say what you've been saying. See, I be saying this to certain people that don't be receptive. So then when I hear somebody else say it, because sometimes when you're saying something, and you might be surrounded by a whole bunch of suck ass niggas or be compared to a bunch of suckers, you start thinking like, damn, am I crazy? People like,
and
am I crazy? Because you might call one of your friends and ask him, he might be a sucker. So now you calling your sucker ass friend and you on the phone thinking like, well, I know this nigga don't understand. So now you be by yourself thinking like, fuck, who I'm gonna go talk to about this to get a better understanding? Because to the world, me being in charge and me being a man sounds like a monster. I'm reading this
yeah,
book right now. It break down the dynamics of marriage and how relationships was formed through world history and how the relationships originally actually was. It was never really based around love and how it is right now. And men used to be really empowered, and they took all the power from men and gave it to the state and gave it to the women. And they created these dysfunctional households and relationships on purpose, intentionally. So
yeah,
it, it's hard when you still have the values of the past in current times because the current times are sort of created against you. It's not
yeah,
created for you to be a strong man in leadership right now because if you're a strong man in leadership, you're not dependent on what the television tells you. You're not dependent on what the government tells you. You have your own mind. You have your own intuition. Your household is going to go somewhere. It's not going to be a part of the farming process to put your children into the factory jobs and all that because your mind is going to be making them think bigger. They'll become the bosses, the owners, and you know you're going to actually have a family unit. When you have a family, you've already defeated. Like if somebody can get their household to be where, okay, this is my woman, she cook, clean, take care of the kids. I'm a man. I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna go work, be intelligent, learn, and get the money up. And we're gonna build our family up, and we're gonna discipline and structure our children. Most people that do that, they end up out of poverty.
Yeah. And see, like a lot of that, you know, when it comes to me, as in, because me personally, I believe in traditional relationships. Like I'm real big on, you know, I take care of the financials, you take care of the household. Now it's 2023, so it's gonna come a time where sometimes your woman might have to work. She might bring a couple dollars in, but at the same time, the
At,
relationship dynamic between me and her is still I'm the man, you the woman.
at
So
what point? Okay, question. So okay, right now, say you single, right? And you meet a lady you're interested in her, right? You don't have no kids with her. You're not married to her. At what point in time do you start paying the bills for her? And like, do you test before you bless? Like, do you require do you require any action or certain type of treatment before you start blessing, or you just bless from the beginning? Like, do you just start giving away the money in the beginning, or at what point do you start financially compensating? And when do you feel like when do you feel you need to or want to start paying that woman's bills, like, or that you have to?
like I'm only paying bills where I'm staying. Now, if I'm fucking with you and you know, like I know you in a bind or you going through something, and I feel like it's like, okay, you know, I could look out for you because I feel like you gonna be a good steward of this money that I'm finna put in your fucking hands. Then that's cool. But I'm not super trick. Like I'm not finna leave with my wallet. Like, you know, we might be able to have a situation where when we go on the first date, of course I'ma pay. But I don't want you to have like once I start feeling like a sucker, that's when I start pulling back financially. So if we go on a date and we have a good time and we got a cool little vibe and I feel like I want to do this again, then I'll do that again. And so on and so forth to the point where if we get into a relationship situation where I'm like, I feel like we should stay together. I feel like we should move in together or some shit like that. Then once you move into where I live, and even if I move in where you stay, I'm gonna take care of the bulk of the financial situation in the household that we have. So
Okay.
that ain't nothing. But as far as like paying her bills, oh nah, baby girl, we ain't doing that. We don't do that over here. Like nah.
So, question: at what point can she just like, like kick her feet up and like self-destructively like mess up her job, or like just decide not to go to work no more, or not contribute anything financial? Like, what point is you cool with her just like just full-fledged depending on you, and, and just not putting no effort in?
Once it makes sense. You know, now if she the type of woman that, let's hypothetically say she got expensive taste, if I
Okay.
can't afford your taste, you're gonna have to keep motherfucking working. Like if you feel like we gotta eat Roof Chris every Friday and that's just your standard, you gotta have champagne instead of wine, and you gotta have Balenciagas and shit, and that's just how you dress. Yeah, baby, you might have to keep on working. Like my money don't do all that. But as
Do,
far as like if I'm making the type of money that I could take care of the lifestyle that we both want to live, then kick your feet up. Like, you know, we good, like we taken care of. You know, all this shit is good. But like I said, if you want to take private jets and shit, oh no, you gonna have to keep that private jet money coming in, baby. Like we gonna have to figure some shit out.
do you feel like her money is hers and y'all money is y'all's? Or like, how do you feel about that? Like, is her money for her and what you make, like, is that for you to take care of the group and for her to keep the extras, regardless if she makes more or less than you? Is how do you look at that dynamic? Like, you make money, she makes money. How do you look at it?
When I was married, we put the money into a joint account. Now we
Okay.
both had an allowance that came out of that joint account, but both of our incomes went into the joint account, and it was like, okay, we both got say, you know, $500 a week just to fuck off. So the money all goes into the pot. So the
So
all
she
the money is our money.
so she can't just like tuck it. It's just like that's her money. She can't just like tuck it and just like live off of you.
Like I said, dog. Like the way my financials work in my marriage was all the money went into the pot.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm just stupid balling and we don't even need her money, then fuck it. You know, your job is your play money. Go get your nails done. Go do some fun shit. But
Okay.
you know, like I said, if it's a situation where we literally need her income, because you know we in Southern California, and it's expensive out this motherfucker. So
Yeah.
if it's a situation where we need both incomes, then we gonna put it all into a pot. And like I said, we gonna have a certain amount that's like this gonna be the little money that's my money. This gonna be the little money that's your money. But it gotta make sense for us to keep this house moving smoothly. Like we can't be like, oh well, I'ma just keep my money. So even though the lights finna get shut off, this my money, baby. I still wanna go have fun. Like okay, so we gonna be fucked up in turmoil because you wanna tuck your bread. You know, so however it is, like it gotta make sense for the relationship dynamic. But that's our job as a man and being a leader to delegate how that shit goes down.
Okay. 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 I just was wondering, some people had different dynamics, so I just was wondering what yours was. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because some people like they literally like her money, his money, and they be going half on the bills, or you know, he taking care of everything and she just out spending her bread. Like I know niggas that's literally broke and they woman make more money than them, but because they want to be he-man super dick, they taking care of all the bills and rent and they got $1 in their pocket and they woman is on a fucking girls trip in Aruba. Like,
Yeah, I know some men who, you know, um, they will financially drain themselves, right? To try to provide for something that has no reason. Like their girl would not have no job, would not have no kids, and they'll be out here working trying to be he-man or taking real big risks to try to provide, and the girl will just be sitting at home just chilling. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And I see a lot of them dudes get cheated on by like, it'll be a regular ass Tyrone nigga come knock that hoe down, and that nigga working all day just to pay for her to live, and she gonna go since she got all this idle time, she not getting enough attention. So now she go over there with big dick Bob, and they family broken up, they household broken up now.
yeah,
So I
because
just be,
it's no balance. Like the thing is, like relationships is all about balance. Like it don't have to be a situation where the woman got her feet kicked up and the nigga is just out here busting his ass
yeah,
because that's how you end up getting your ass cheated on. She ain't got nothing but time. So you over here breaking your back and you looking at her like, oh my gosh, she's so evil. She cheated on me. A lot of times she'll express to you like, baby, I feel like you work too much. I feel like you gone too much. And at that point, that's when you're gonna have to have that hard conversation. Like, nigga, don't you got like a dental assistant degree or some shit? Like, how about you go back to work so we can, you know, both bring some money in and we can both have more free time to meet in the middle. But baby, these 17 hours I'm working every day, that's so you can keep some, you know, nice shoes and clothes. That's so you can keep your nails done and your hair done. You know, keep us eating steak and shrimp every motherfucking night. But if you want me to work a little less, maybe you should work some to even this shit out. So like I said, like me personally, I believe in, you know, bearing the burden of the financials because I'm a man. But at the same time, if it's a situation where the lifestyle that we love, you know, takes more money than I'm able to generate, then maybe she gonna have to do a little bit of lifting.
okay, okay. What do you think about these women who just feel like, like they need to be paid to be in a relationship? Like, they feel like because they gave this man pussy, like he's supposed to pay for everything for them. He's supposed to provide for them. He's supposed to like he owe her his life because she gave him some sometimes used pussy. She gave him, something that was already out the plastic, but she feel like he's supposed to be paying for her life. What do you feel about that? Do you feel like he owes her his life? Like, do you think he's supposed to be paying for everything when like all she
PT
gave him was?
PT Barnum said there's a sucker born every day. So she need to go find one.
So you
Cause
say like it's a section that she should go look in and find something else because it probably ain't over here.
yeah, go find a sucker. Like Once a woman get to talking that pay my bills, how much you got to offer, give me some money shit, go find you a sucker baby girl. He ain't over here. Sorry, we don't do that shit over here. Like I said, I only pay bills where I stay. So if you need a bill paid, maybe you need to find you somebody who be paying bitches bills, because Uncle Dolomite don't play like that.
Yeah, I told that to a woman the other day. I said this on my live. I said women make men pay that they're not interested in, and then the men that they're interested in, all they want is time. They don't care about no money. They don't care about none of that shit. That's why I tell men, like, find you a woman who love your stinking drawers. Find a woman who think you the rawest thing, even if you're not. You might not be the Jay-Z. You might not be the most intelligent man. You might not be the strongest. But in her mind, you colder than everything in the room.
Yeah.
Because she's gonna pay you because she feels like, and not pay you money, she's gonna pay you with her actions and morals because she feels like she won. So she has no reason to not serve you because she feels like her serving you is serving herself because she's getting what she wants.
Yeah.
Versus if she had a man that doesn't match her values or her desires and she feels like she's settling, you're going to pay for it every day, the fact that she feels like she's settling. Because you're going to be trying to convince her that you're great enough when you probably are great enough. You just picked the wrong one.
Yeah, because like Lexus Bree said, not money, but if I'm giving you pussy, I better be benefiting in some way. Yeah, you're gonna benefit. You're gonna benefit in laughs. I got a sense of humor. We're gonna go on some good dates. I'm protective. You're gonna have some great experiences. You're gonna have some great memories. We're gonna have some.
Hey,
The thing is, like, you gave me pussy, I gave you some dick. Do you know
hey,
how much you gonna be coming?
pin that one. Pin that comment because we can go in on this one
Like,
because
you gonna come more than I'm gonna come. So
we
at the
need to.
end of the day, you won off the sex.
This is for me, right? I just don't understand, right? In America, right? I don't know about other countries. Most of us, unless we in high school, we're not getting virgins. So like the thought that because you chose to fuck with me, that I'm supposed to give you something more than dick, it confuses me unless you're a prostitute,
But
right? If you're a prostitute, I understand it because it was a part of the agreement up front. But I just don't see what's the value. Like only time pussy is valuable to a man is when he can't get it somewhere else.
man, and you know, like, not to cut you off, but like, to the point of women saying, "Oh, if I gave you pussy, I gave you something." Like, y'all don't know what type of dick I'm dropping off. Like, we not finna act like I'm the only one that received value from sex. Like, you gonna be the motherfucker laid out. Like, nigga, you got some great dick. I'm not
And
finna pretend like, oh, she gave me sex, so I gotta give her. So you should give me something. You came
then
three
look,
times, I came once.
but then look, the baby daddy, the nigga that hit before you, be bums. They be niggas that you be like, you gave it to him? Like, why I gotta pay more than he did? Like, you already set the value by who you fucked with before me. They already set the price. Like, how did the price go up when you got to me? It only go up to me if I can't get no pussy. If I can't get no pussy, yeah, I might pay you extra effort than I'm supposed to because I don't know that I have value.
Yeah,
But once I know, see that's the problem. That game that they run works on men that don't know they have value, and a lot of men have low self-esteem. So if a lot of men look at it like, well, she did do me a favor, she is fine, she is the only fine girl I could fuck, or she did let me get some pussy, and they've been fiending for the pussy, then he feel grateful for it enough where he feel like it's something he really couldn't get that he got to compensate for. But these hoes PHB off. They got STDs. A lot of these hoes got herpes and they just not talking about it. These hoes have had multiple children. These hoes done did multiple dicks in the same week. A lot of these hoes be on Tinder. So you Tinder dating 5, 6 dates a day. It's like that pussy has lost value. Like if you don't realize, like you cannot drive a Lamborghini 300 miles on the engine and think that you're going to get top market price for that Lambo now. That Lambo was at top market price when nobody drove it.
mm-hmm. And see, like, this is literally my thing, dog. Like, I don't look at pussy as no higher value than dick. Like,
Yeah.
literally, and this is what I preach all day on my show. Like, nigga, you got just as much value as she do, dog. You Once you treat a motherfucker like a celebrity, they gonna treat you like you a fan. So you
Right.
shouldn't be treating nobody like they of higher value than you are. They sex ain't of higher value. They money ain't of higher value.
Yeah.
Nigga, we looking eye to eye.
Cause
What
it's
can you do for me and what can I do for you?
I think it might be different for. Let's be honest, bro. We got to be realistic. You know, we being arrogant. I'm gonna be honest with you, right? Somebody told me I was arrogant. I had to think about what they were saying. They was right. We not realizing, right? Me and you might understand. We might have game. We might know how to go get the girls we want, but we don't understand that the majority of men don't. So when we speak, we not really comprehending that a lot of people don't that are not in the same category as us. That when we speak, we thinking like this how all men is. It's not. So a
Yeah.
lot of these dudes out there is a different thing. For like me, it's like, okay, when I get with a woman, I can get any woman that I choose to date to pretty much do whatever I want to some degree sexually. So that's really not to me. Now, what's gonna be something is like, is she gonna be loyal? Is she gonna listen? Is she financially invest in me? Will she go to the store and go buy something if I ask her to buy it right now? Because if I know a lot of women, they more tight with their money than they is with their pussy. So you give me your pussy, that's cool. Is you gonna go, I need some new clippers, you go grab these clippers from my barber shop. Is you gonna go do that for me? Now are you an asset or a liability? Because if you saying because I got some pussy that I owe you something, you just a liability because you just costing me. You're not really bringing me no value.
Yeah. And see, like literally, like, you know, to y'all's point about not all men having value. That's literally what my platform is. Like I'm trying to teach niggas to have value. So even if you ain't dicking women down and all that super duper crazy shit, like nigga, there's somebody out there that's gonna love you no matter what the fuck you got to offer. Your dick might be 2 inches and you might last 1 minute. Like there's a woman out there that's down with that. Every nigga that I know, there's been a woman who's loved they ass. So it's like, nigga, you have to find the person who's down with whatever your program may be, women included. There's a woman right now with 5 kids, 6 baby daddies, and it's a nigga that love her motherfucking ass. So that should be where you keep your value. Just like how I said, you got the pussy, you got value. That was what I was talking about. Like, you should have the confidence in yourself that no matter where you are or what you at, it's somebody that's gonna be down with that shit. So you shouldn't be accepting bullshit from nigga number one or bitch number one, because nigga number two or bitch number two is gonna be down with your program.
Yeah, they got mad at me the other day because I said I had made a video and I said, when I was telling men to pick the woman that choose you, not the one you pick, I said because if you got a woman, think about it like if your woman values you so much, she'll do whatever you want to make you happy. Rather it be give you a threesome, give you some head every day, whatever it is that you particularly want. It's a woman that she thinks you that shit, she'll give it to you. People is like, that's wrong. So you feel like she just gotta suck his dick or she just gotta do a threesome. What if she don't want to? I say, listen, when a woman finds a man that she likes, all that what she don't want to do and what she don't feel like will go out the window.
Exactly.
Volunteer, she gonna put shit out the window. They be like, that's crazy. I say no, because any woman I get with, she gonna have to be with my program. I'm not gonna be able to settle for nothing less because you in your eyes want me to be monogamous. You want me to be just with you. Convince me of why I should. If you're not serving my point of 10, because everybody point of 10 is different. People always say, ain't nobody perfect. That's a lie. Because everybody point of 10 is different. So meaning what I mean by point of 10 is what I see as a 10 or what I see as perfect is just set to my desires. My desires maybe just somebody bring me peace, somebody just loyal, somebody maintain themselves, and somebody who do what I want sexually. My
Yeah.
point of 10 ain't looking for a perfect person. It's looking for what's perfect for me.
Yeah.
So, if you don't have what's perfect for me, why would I get in a binding agreement to just fuck with you?
Yeah. And like I said, like dog, like literally. Like that's what I mean by what's high value to you. Cause like I said, there's people who settle for motherfuckers because they have money. There's niggas who settle for women because she got a pretty face and a fat ass. So
Yeah.
even though she ain't down with your program at all, you was so infatuated with the pretty face and the fat ass, and now you dealing with bullshit that you don't have to deal with because you thought you came up by getting this pretty motherfucker with a fat ass. Like a woman who's down with your program is of the highest value, and vice versa. Like that's what you should be looking for. But people be so busy trying to fuck with who got money, fuck with who got status, who got the fat ass, who got the pretty face, who got what they think, you know, like anything that you base on superficial shit, you gonna get superficial results.
Yeah, I told a woman the other day, I said, I'll be honest. She was like, but y'all go get a girl that's a two and she do everything you want, but she don't look like shit. I say, I'll be honest with you, shorty. I'll be like, I'm not cuffing looks. Like,
Yeah,
I'm cuffing
I will
character. Every
marry
time.
it too.
Yeah, he said, I can marry that bitch. I said, I gonna get with a bitch that ain't got the best looks, but she served my program. Cause I can always go find a fine bitch out there. I can go pay a fine bitch $200 and fucking keep moving. But I'm not gonna be able to make a fine chick have character. I can go get a woman that's a two. I can go take her to the gym. I can get her some nice clothes. I can get her hair done. I can go get her nails done. I could go take her to get her body done. I can make her look better, but I can't change her character. So character and somebody who's gonna serve me, man, I'm gonna take her with me to the end.
Cause it's like this. And this is the simplest breakdown I've ever given. You can make a down bitch fine, but you can't make a fine bitch down. Like, nigga, I could give me a two that's down with my program. I could get her a BBL. I could get her plastic surgery, some fake titties, good makeup, and I could
Yeah.
give her the whole bullshit. Like, nigga, I could turn a two into a seven. But
Cause when
nigga,
I'm
a dime that's not down with the program, I can't do shit with her.
Yeah, cause I mean, but I feel like some men they mind be fucked up because it's like, see, it's what their perception of a trophy is. For me, a trophy is showing off somebody who got good values, character. Cause I'm thinking like this was gonna raise my child. This was gonna be a representation of me when I'm not present in the room. So it's like a fine chick. That's not. That's like for a nigga that never got pussy. Like it's amazing. Wow, I finally got a bad bitch. But once you done got something that look good, okay, what value did I have? You done had sex with her 3, 4 times. Them looks is cool. She was a 10 when you met her. Now you feel like she's a 7 or a 6. Like it slowly starts to it starts to deteriorate because it's like that was her 10 was built off the fact that you didn't think you could get it. Now you got it and you start seeing it as it realistically is, and you start seeing her character, and quickly her value drops.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, a lot of people look at a dime as strictly looks. And with
Yeah.
me, like I tell a lot of women, like, you can be fine as a motherfucker and not be no dime. You know, a lot of times motherfuckers' problem be you base a dime off of superficial. Like, you might be a superficial dime. Like, you might have the looks and the ass and the body and the sex and all that bullshit. But if you ain't got nothing in the tank, you an empty Coke bottle. You know, like you literally a motherfucking Rolls Royce with the engine slipping. Like, you ain't shit. A Rolls Royce with an engine that don't run and a blown transmission, it ain't shit. You look good, yeah, nigga. You got curb appeal, but if you can't get me from point A to point B, you fucking worthless.
So you got curb appeal. He said, you got that appeal. I can put you on Fig. You can do something. He said, but you don't have a relationship back.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if the inside don't match the outside, then it ain't shit. So a
But I,
lot of women, they look good than a motherfucker, but if you ain't down with the program, like, I could easily dismiss you. I got a lot of motherfuckers in my DM pretty as hell that I'm curving. Literally, because, like, I know, nigga, we don't match. We might match on the look side, but mentally, hell no.
think it's just our consumption of dating has become like fast food. So the fact that we're moving so fast to date is why a lot of times we're consuming things that are not healthy for us. So we're dating women who maybe she only has this or maybe she only got that. She may have the looks, she ain't got the character. She got some of the character, but she ain't got the looks. When really, if we just be patient, like a lot of times, women and men, we just don't be patient. Like motherfuckers do not want to be lonely. They do not want to be by themselves. They do not want to just, you know, take the time to focus on themselves and putting themselves around better. And sometimes we think bad is all that exists because we stay in our environment. So since we're in our environment, if I'm in the hood, I'm only seeing the girls that's outside. I'm only seeing the girls that's at the club. I'm not seeing the girls that's at Starbucks. I'm not seeing the girls that's at the gym in the morning, or the girls that's at the college campus, or the women that's at the law firm, or that's doing something productive, or women that's in the house cooking for their family. I'm not seeing them. So sometimes I do feel like that I'm over the point of trying to necessarily build a puzzle.
Yeah.
I'm cool now leaving the pieces on the table that don't fit my puzzle and waiting until I find the correct piece rather than trying to make shift something.
Man, see, with me, it's like this. I was married 13 years. Like, nigga, I've been single for 2 years now. And it's
Yeah.
like I tell women all the time, like, nigga, anything worth finding is worth searching for. Like, I'm willing to wait another 13 years to find somebody who's worth wifing. If I gotta stay single until I'm motherfucking 50, I'm willing to do that. But what I'm not gonna do is settle for no bullshit. Like I always said I was only gonna get married once. That's not true. But one thing I am only gonna get is divorced once. Like nigga, I'm not finna have another ex-wife. So whoever this next motherfucker is better be goddamn amazing. Cause I'm not settling for no dumb shit. I'm not putting up with no dumb shit. And literally, we might be dating for 5, 6 years until I feel like you the one. Nigga, I'm not rushing into shit.
Are you in a desire to be monogamous?
Not exactly. I ain't gonna front. I kind of want to do polygamy. I ain't even gonna bullshit with you. I feel like I could do that. I feel like I'm built for it. So on some real shit, I feel like polygamy is for me.
I just asked because it's like, I'm just saying you've been married 13. Do you feel like it really serves you to try to get by being in that monogamous style a marriage is monogamous, you know what I'm saying? To be in America it is. So did you really feel like it serves you to try to make that happen? Like at the end of the day when it was all done, like was it worth it for you to actually just tie the knot with one person and try to force yourself to be like, this is where I'm stuck with? Was it worth
If if you using words like force, then you shouldn't do it at all.
it?
Like literally, like I feel like this. If you feel like you being forced to be monogamous, then you shouldn't be monogamous. But like with me, when I got married, I literally felt as if like this the only woman that I ever want to be with for the rest of my life. Like I
Yeah.
didn't feel like, oh man, I'm a miss new pussy. I'm a miss this. So I'm
Okay.
not even saying that there wouldn't be a woman who might make me want to be monogamous again.
Okay.
Like there might be a woman who I might fuck with who I might be like, no, that's the only pussy I want. I don't want nobody else. You know,
Okay.
that's a possibility. But like I said, you have to be that for me to say, all right, I'm gonna leave all these bitches alone because you're worth that. Like you, I don't want nobody else. All I want is you. But until I get that feeling, nigga, I'm not finna settle on shit. I'm not finna be like, she cool. We been fucking for about a year now. I'm finna lock her down. Like, no, nigga, like I gotta be fucking amazed. I tell women that shit. I'm telling my daughter that shit. Like, nigga, unless a motherfucker blows you away, don't settle. Because nigga, when I decided to get married, it's cause I was blown the fuck away. Like, oh my God, nigga, I need to marry this fucking woman. Like, nigga, if that ain't how you feel, you don't need to motherfucking get married. Don't let a motherfucker make you oh, I got an ultimatum, marry me or I'ma leave. Bye. Like
Mm.
if I don't feel like I need to marry you, if I feel like I could live without you, then I'll live without you. Like when you fuck with a person that you marry, you should marry a person because you feel like nigga life would be stupid without you. Like
Yeah.
I can't even envision life without you being around me, my nigga. Like that's when you marry somebody. When you like nigga, I can't even imagine myself sleeping without you in the bed next to me. Like that's when you get married. Anything other than that, nigga, stay single.
You think you could double back? Like you think you could go back and refix that marriage? Like not saying you got to today. Not saying that's on your plan. Do you think you could do it if you wanted to? Do you think you could turn back and go do it? Like could you accept going back?
It would take a whole lot of changing on both of our part, honestly.
Okay.
Like
Okay. Okay.
because like I said, like I still love my wife to death. Like I still go over there, fix shit, take care of the motherfucking house. Like I still keep my vows. Other than me out here on some single shit, but like nigga, I make sure she's straight.
Yeah,
Like
you
nigga,
still
I still if she needs something, I go over there and make sure that shit is, taken care of. But as
yeah,
far as like us being in a relationship, a lot of what happened was insecurity,
yeah,
invasions of privacy, disrespect, and a whole lot of shit that I just don't motherfucking condone. So it's
yeah,
like, nigga, now that you're in a position where you feel comfortable disrespecting me, nigga, I can't go to sleep without you going through my phone and you hitting motherfuckers up and calling people and going through the phone bill. Like, nigga, now I feel like I'm in a like this ain't a relationship. This is prison. So,
I,
if I feel like it's not gonna be that, then yeah, I could go back. But I know for a fact we the same people that we was when we split up.
I
So
got a question.
go ahead.
So, not to be in your business, but to just and generally be in your business, not in depth in your business. Did you ever change the narrative of the relationship and try to be like, how can I say, bluntly honest in a way that you knew was rejected? Like saying, all right, ain't no reason for you to go through my phone. I talk to other women, I have other women, I love you, but this is what I do to make me happy. You ain't gotta look for it. It's there. Did you ever overtly just like change the dynamics and let it be known so that a person didn't, because they was feeling like whoever's going through your phone, I've had my phone going through, it's because they felt it was something there, but they wasn't 100% knowing 100%. They felt like they had a hunch. They're like, I can catch this nigga, I can catch him. But I didn't. If they was investigating, I obviously must not have let them know 100% that's how I wanted to live. Did you 100% let it be known at some point this is how you want to live?
Yeah.
You
And that's
did.
what ended it. Like literally, once I got to the point where I'm like, look, nigga, it just is what it is, nigga. I'm tired of getting caught, nigga. It is what it is. Go through the motherfucker, cause my phone was never locked. Like
Yeah.
she literally had passwords to all my social medias. Like throughout our whole marriage, she always had the passwords to everything. So like I
You
told
agree?
her, you didn't catch me doing shit. Nigga, I was doing the shit. You knew what the fuck I was doing when I was doing it. You knew the names of all the bitches I was talking to and all that shit, nigga. You just like what honestly happened was I glowed up in the relationship. So it was like once the competition started getting better, the insecurity started raising up. Like it went from I look better than all them bitches to damn, nigga, you got blue check bitches. So, it just got progressively worse. And like I told her, like at the end of the day, nigga, I bought you the house. Them bitches out there in the street. Nigga, what me and you got, them bitches ain't got none of what me and you got.
You know why
They
they don't? But you know why they don't? They're not comprehending of what you're saying is because they way of operating is not the same way. So they're judging you based off their logic of thinking. If your lady would have went and fucked with me, no disrespect intended. If my lady fucked with you, uh, she fucked with me because maybe an emotional connection, or she saw something in me, or she felt some type of way. It wasn't just to go have sex. You know what I'm saying? We go have sex. We can strictly just go have sex. We can strictly go use a wrench for a wrench. We can simply keep it simple. It doesn't have too much. It doesn't have too much. We can use a car jack to pump up our tires to change the wheel on the highway of a blowout, and then leave the jack there and not think about that jack no more. It's not the same. So when they see us doing certain things, they're analyzing it from the way they would have did it. So even though you're explaining it to them how you did it, their brain is not allowing them to see it from your perspective. So they're still thinking you're cheating in their brain in the way that they would cheat. So they not being able to digest it. And then sometimes I have realized that people will lie to themselves even in the face of truth and then believe the lie. So no matter how many times they've been reminded of the truth or told the truth, it's that much more shocking to them every single time because they kept lying to themselves. They
yeah,
done caught you on the phone, they done went through your pockets, they done seen you with a girl, they done seen it, and they brain for them to stay with you rather than accept you. They say, well, he gonna change and he gonna stop. I'm gonna run this girl away and it's gonna be over. I'm gonna cuss him out and he gonna stop. Instead of accepting, this how this nigga gonna be. He loved me, but he gonna have his hoes. That's never something they tell themselves. So since they don't, it's always shocking. And then the moment that you do say it to them, I feel like a lot of them, because the defeat is so hard for their pride and other niggas lie to them, they feel like it's gonna be somebody out there who's better than you because other niggas will lie to them.
yeah. And like with us, and this was a conversation that we literally just got done having like the other day, like I told her. Just because I said it was 6 and you saw a 9, You wasn't wrong and I wasn't wrong. We just saw it from different perspectives.
Yeah,
Like nobody lied to nobody. Nobody was wrong. But what you saw and what I saw was two completely different things. When we both tell the story, we got two different versions of the story, but neither one of us lied. We just saw it different. And being that we have these two different perspectives of everything, it's like we might not work right now. So like I'm not completely against getting back together, but like as we are right now, we better off apart.
yeah.
Like I
That's
say, like nigga, the right woman will help you build an empire, and the wrong woman will tear down the empire. And a lot of times that's the same fucking woman.
now that has been true because I done seen that. I done seen I done seen women who ain't had no respect for me, who, you know, you can tell they don't respect you by their behavioral patterns, how they talk to you, how they conduct themselves in public. You know, just once they know what type of person you are and they don't treat you that way, you can tell they don't respect you. So they're willing to try to take you out of your position. Versus I've seen women who all they want to do is see me be great. They offering me ideas. Well, you should do this. Maybe you can go pass out cards over here trying to do this. They want to see me in a higher position. Versus I've seen ones who want to be in a lower position because sometimes you being in a higher position creates insecurity to them because they don't feel secure. Some women feel more secure with lower men because that they know that man depends on them more. They know that's why a lot of women are cool with having their own money, having their own house, having their own car, because that comes with power of I could tell this nigga when to leave, I could tell him when to come, I could tell him when to go, and I know the fact that he ain't got his shit together, he not gonna be able to get much better than me. So it makes her feel secure in a relationship that she doesn't have to compete.
Exactly. Because that's the thing. The higher your position, the higher her competition.
Yeah,
You
and a
know,
lot.
and And that's a lot of what happened in my situation. It's like when I was a bum ass nigga, she loved my dirty drawers. But the higher I elevated, the better I got, the more it was like, well, damn, what about this bitch? Well, damn, look at this bitch. And I'm like, nigga, them bitches ain't nothing. Like, nigga, I married you because I'm in love with you. You the top motherfucker in my eyes. Like, no matter how much you think I'm looking better and you had kids, so now you gain weight and you having all these insecurities, motherfucker, you the motherfucker who I'm fucking every night. Like 13 years, I never spent the
No,
night outside the house. I come home and sleep in my bed every single night for
listen,
13 years.
I'm the same type of nigga. I got the same type of similar scenarios, right? And I'll be honest, people want what they don't have. So the girl in the streets, she wants you to come, she wants to live with you. She wants you to come home and go to sleep. She wants you to sleep in the bed with her. You could kick it with her 20, you could kick it with her 22 hours and go home and sleep for 2 hours. Them 2 hours that she sleep is a problem just because you're not in the house with her because you're with somebody else. The girl in the house, you could give her all the finances. You could come home every day. She wants the attention and time that you gave the other girl. It doesn't matter what she has, it's valueless. She's only focused on what she doesn't have. You could give her $1 million. You could build motherfucking Rome for her ass. You could whoop every nigga that's moving for her. Whatever you gave to somebody else, it's a jealousy thing. It's not even actually looking at you for your worth or what actual value you're bringing. It's just looking at you for what you don't bring. So they already focused on finding a flaw with you because if they would sit back and be like, well, he is a good nigga. He take care of the kids. And he do come home every day. He not bringing me no STDs. He not having no bitches with no babies popping up in the house. He do talk. He do teach me things and build me up. If they looked at them, then they would feel like they had not a lot to complain about. But if they disregard the good facts, it gives them something to join the conversation. You got to think they watch TV, all these TV shows with drama. People want to be a part of that. So they want to have an issue to be a part of the discussion because think about it. How many people walking around talking about, man, my relationship perfect, and you see a big group of people conjugated up talking about how relationship is perfect. You can't even be in a discussion if your relationship is perfect with in general
Yeah.
people because people fucked up. Um,
And the thing is, it's a lot easier to relate to failure than it is to success.
yeah.
Like you got 9 motherfuckers that's complaining about niggas ain't shit. And then you got one motherfucker across town who you don't know saying, oh no, my relationship is flawed. They'd rather be in that big group of motherfuckers. So even if they shit is working, they want to find a reason to be able to complain so they can be a part of the big group.
See, only thing when I listen to you, right, you just tell me a couple of dynamics in a relationship, like the joint account. You told me that she had your social medias and all that. I'll be honest, like I can't say my way is right or your way is right. I don't know which one is right or not. But I'll be saying those are a couple things that I did different, right? Because I tried to do a joint credit card one time because I was trying to build my girl credit up, but I was calculating, like making sure that the payments was paid on a certain time, keeping my money spending at a certain limit so my credit score was going. I was real meticulous with it. So one time I had paid it off and it was supposed to be a zero, and then I noticed it was a balance on there, and I thought somebody hacked my account. I'm like, where the fuck the money go? Then I called the bank, and eventually it was like, do you have another card on this account? And I forgot. It was like, yeah, they would look. It looks like the other card on your account was the one that spent the money, and the girl, she knew I was trying to figure out where that money came from, where it got spent, and I had already asked her before I called the bank, but she didn't say nothing, right? So after I figured out, I said it wasn't even a lot of money. It wasn't. It was probably like a couple of dollars or something, but it fucked up my program. So I took her off the card. I'm like, nah, give me that card. That shit over with. You off that shit. It's over. And I never gave her my bank account because it's like this. I never felt like nobody had a smarter plan with my money than me. So I felt like this. It was like, for me, it was like, I'm gonna run all the money in the house because I felt like if you felt like I wasn't a good enough leader, you shouldn't have picked me. You should have picked somebody else. So I felt like for me, I would have my girl send me what you request for the money on Zelle, what you trying to go buy, and I'll send it to you. And I'm gonna ask you sometimes what you going to buy? Why it costs so much? I'm gonna ask you, and I'm gonna keep balances of what's going in and what's going out. You still might be able to get the Gucci shoes. You still might be able to get nice stuff, but it has to make sense. You're not gonna be out recklessly spending because I got goals and intention. And then as far as the social media, I never let my woman. I ain't gonna lie, it may sound bad, but I ain't gonna lie. I never I never came in a relationship saying like I'm gonna be perfect. I'm not gonna do this. Though when I first got her, I didn't want no other woman. I was just trying to be with her. I never sold her and told her like, man, I'm never gonna talk to no other girl. So she expected. I didn't want her expecting it. So she was looking for it, and I never let them have my social media. Like never let them go on my phone. Bitch, you gonna have to call the phone company to get in this. Bitch, you not getting it. And then it's like at some point in time, right? I never established them to feel like it was something like, how can I say? If I be with a girl right now, right, she not gonna never feel comfortable to touch my phone. Like from the day one she touched it, I be like, I ain't gonna lie, what you doing? So it never in their mind felt like, cause what you said earlier, you said something like there was no boundaries. It started like invading people's personal space and shit like that. That's when you give people an inch, sometimes they take a mile. Sometimes they feel like because you let them do something, now they go farther with it. Now they get to doing too much. They get to taking an extra edge. And then I got to the point where I finally was like, you know what? Man, this how I'm living. Like, I like you, but I'm not a one woman type man. Like, there's nothing wrong with you, but this is what complete me. And if you don't like me, you can leave. I'd be like, man, I'll give you $70,000 right now. You could go ahead and go about your business. I don't care. Go find a dude that makes you happy because what makes me happy shouldn't make you sad if I'm not doing nothing wrong to you. I said if I'm not bringing you no STDs, if I'm not having no outside babies, if I'm not if I'm paying my bills, and you still bothering me, then me being happy makes you sad, so we're not meant to be together. Because if I'm just with you, I'm gonna be miserable. So if I gotta be miserable for you to be happy, I'm straight. I'm gone. And they most of the time, I ain't gonna lie, shit, they got with it. And then the other times, I had the same arguments you had, where they be like, you sitting explaining to them, well, I come home to you every night, and the other woman will be complaining because you don't spend the night with her, but you giving her all the attention and time. I done been through that same thing. So when you said it, I was like, boy, that bitch resonated. But I ain't gonna lie to you. I think because I don't give too much, that it lowers their expectation of what they'll receive. I do think you gave a little bit, so they felt like they could have everything.
Yeah, and
Cause
that's what it was, cause like literally, dog. And the thing was, the reason I gave her all the passwords, cause it was like, nigga, you going through my phone so much. Here, take all the truth. Go ahead and break your own heart with this shit. Do your thing, nigga. Go look through this motherfucker. Cause you know, at first, it wasn't that I was like, here, take the phone. It's nigga, if I'm asleep, I can't watch my phone while I'm sleep. So if you pick the motherfucker up and you go through it, you know,
Hey, look,
yeah,
I've been that. Look, I'm gonna tell you one time I got caught so cool. Look, I got caught so playing. My bitch did me so bad. Look, I'm hollering at this chick, right? So whole time, I ain't this girl I'm talking to. She a twin, right? But I don't really know these two twins apart like that. Like they look identical. So I'm just shooting my shot. We just conversating. I don't really know her everything about. I don't know who her baby daddy is, who out the bed, because we just conversating. My baby mama go through my phone while I'm asleep. Them bitches be cold. I don't know how they figure out how to get them motherfucking phones open. So look, boom, she go through that shit. I wake up in the morning, I'm getting texts from these niggas. Now look, comprehend, I ain't knowing this. The nigga that I had film a video for me was the twin baby daddy, but they wasn't together at all. So I had gave this nigga my Facebook password because I had him upload the video on my page, like maybe like a week or two earlier. So I wake up in the morning, the nigga texts me talking shit, and this other nigga texting me talking shit. So I'm like, what the fuck? I'm texting them nigga. I'm like, I'm thinking the nigga hacked my page. So I'm like, nigga, what the fuck is you talking about? I'm like, what type of gay ass shit that I'm like, nigga, you been going through my messages or something like that? Whole time, well, this is what my baby mama did. She screenshotted my conversation with the girl and sent it to the two baby daddies from my DM. Deleted it on my end so I couldn't see it. So when I woke up, they had the messages and they was responding to what she had sent them. And they was sitting there arguing with me. I'm not knowing. So the whole time I'm cussing these niggas out thinking that they done hacked my phone or something like that, or they on some weird shit, or the bitch done said something to them. Whole time, my baby mama had sent the conversation to them niggas and deleted and left the phone next to me, put me in a situation. But that's how cold they is. I ain't gonna lie. I used to go through that motherfucker. That's why at some point in time, I just got to the point where I just started telling what it is. Like, bitch, you gonna run off this hoe? That's cool. I'm gonna get another one. Like, I'm not never gonna stop doing this. It's not personal. So if you don't like me living how I'm living, just leave. Because she used to get tired. That motherfucker kept going through that phone.
yeah, dog. And that's what it is. Like, nigga, at the end of the day, like what I did, if I could take it back, I'll take it back. Like I wouldn't have gave her access to none of my shit. But it's just at the time what I felt to have peace in my household. It's like, nigga, I'm gonna go ahead and give your ass the truth. But in
Man,
reality, a lot of times, ignorance is bliss. The less you know, the happier you are. So
you
even
did.
if you know something is happening, it's just better for your peace of mind to not see it happen.
Yeah, now that is one of my things. Listen. I ain't told you everything. So at one point in time, I tried a polygamy in the house where I had two women together that was both my woman, and they lived in the house. They was not gay. They was just both my women. I tried that. They both started out of my women separately with no involvement with each other. Eventually, I done got caught and da da da. So I just got to not caring enough, and I really did crazy shit. Like I was just so bold. Eventually, I got the situation to come together in one household, right? But it became high stress because it was a jealousy thing all the time. It was jealousy and passive aggressive. If people weren't really okay with it. They were just doing it because they had such a high desire for me. They were trying to tolerate it, but it didn't work. So for me now, what I see works better, I have two women. They know about each other, but they don't be around each other. I don't talk about the other one around the other one. I don't go around this one talking about that one. I don't go around that one talking about that one. Now I establish limits like say this one say something negative about the other one, I will check them. Like, hey, we're not gonna do all that, but I got love for you. We're not gonna do all that. But I won't bring them. So for me as a man, I felt like that has been more peaceful than trying to bring them together in a household. It's just keeping two separate ones, keeping them both in their own element, keeping them in their own world, doing my job on both sides and keeping it separate. I don't
Yeah.
think bringing one house works unless you have maybe bisexual women or two women who they develop a friendship between each other to where they're cool with coming together like that. I don't think and then it's like this, if you get a bisexual woman, you have a very promiscuous woman. So you have a woman who she might be cool with that, but it might be hard for you to keep her in your stable because she's so sexually promiscuous that she may be astray and bring fleas to your farm.
Yeah. And it sounds like you got a similar situation to what I got, because that's literally what I got cracking. Like, nigga, I got my little group, and they know each other exists, but they don't know each other. So they know that they ain't the only one, but I'm not going to tell them who the other ones are. Like, you ain't the only one. You
They,
just don't know who the other ones are.
they don't
Because
need to
to,
know.
huh?
They don't really need to know, to be honest, because they not
Exactly.
gonna.
So it's like, all you need to know is when I'm with you, you the favorite.
Hold on, listen.
So that's what it is. When you in front of me, you my motherfucking girlfriend, and we gonna leave it at that. So when you not with me, don't even worry about what the fuck I'm doing. But when me and you together, shit, you my motherfucking woman, and we gonna love each other. So that's just what it is. But nigga, I'm way long. I only planned on doing that shit for an hour, dog. I gotta hit this bed. But we gonna do
Are
this
you
shit
good?
again though soon.
I appreciate you another time, brother.
Oh yeah, man, mandatory, man. Y'all motherfuckers go follow him if y'all following me. Y'all go follow up. I'm tagging you. I'ma save this live, so it's gonna be up.
All right, all right.
All right, I'll get up with
Hey, you said you in LA?
you. I'm in the Inland Empire.
How far it is from LA?
About an hour.
I really could have said we could have went over to my homegirl. We could have went over to my homegirl studio where they do podcasts at, and we could have
Where
just
where
went.
you at? What part of LA you in?
You can hear me? I mean,
Yeah, what part of LA you in?
I stay on the far out by Six Flags, but the girl I be going to her little studio, she stay over. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't want to say it, but it's cool. I was gonna say
Okay, so you near Magic Mountain?
yeah, I was gonna say you ain't gotta post this one. We'll do another one. You can if you want to, but you ain't got to, cause I'll give you a better one. But I would say we can go to my homegirl. She got a spot over there in Compton, and we can actually film it in a real studio where they got 3 cameras, where we can sit there. You can have your image however you want it, and then we could just prepare the topics. We can go in there and we record it and just put that one on YouTube, and then make the little snippets and put that on Instagram, because most people not even gonna sit and watch this like these pre-recorded lives, because we probably been on here an hour and woo woo woo. Only a few really true people gonna sit and watch this shit, but they'll sit and watch 30 seconds to a minute clips. That's why I said we can go do a real one in a real podcast office, and then film that bitch, put it on YouTube, and do chop downs and put the chop downs on Instagram.
Shit, on some real shit though. Cause sometimes when I have a live like this where like we really spitting some shit, I put the bitch on YouTube anyway. I download this motherfucker and upload it to my YouTube page. So
Okay, okay.
like I said, I'ma say this motherfucker. I might put it on YouTube
What
probably.
you be editing them?
Uh, somewhat. I don't do a whole lot of editing, but it can be edited. So I'll download this motherfucker, and if anything, I can email you the motherfucker. Like,
Okay,
you be surprised what you can do with these motherfuckers.
nah, you good, you good. Nah, I'm gonna tell you what I was thinking after I get off of here. You good? I
Yeah,
got it.
yeah, man, though. So, yeah, nigga, I'll DM you. We could probably talk about this shit like tomorrow or
Yeah,
something.
we got a link on my homegirl though. We probably gonna do one in her studio and just do it one time. But all right, big brother.
All right,
I'm gonna
I'll
rap.
get up with you.
I'm gonna rap with you in private sometime.
Oh, yeah, man, though.
All right, big bro.
All right.